Hi, everybody. I am Nate Frank. I'm from the New York State Senate, and I'm here today to talk to you about Bluebird CRM, which is our customized version of CiviCRM. So we've been using Bluebird since 2011, and that's a while. That's 15 years. So I want to take a trip back to 2011 really quick and remind you what things looked like in 2011. Yes, we had iPhones. I mean, we had iPhones, right? It's only 2011. This is what Facebook looked like in 2011 before it started making me sad. And this is what Linux looked like in 2011. It's old faithful. Some things don't change, right? So now that we've been reminded of what 2011 was like, this is what the New York State Senate was using in 2011 to manage our constituent base. And that is a mainframe application. And I'm not talking about 1998, I'm talking about 2011, right? So obviously we needed a change. And so before I get into that, let me set the stage. 2009, President Obama was elected, and President Obama had his open government initiative. The New York State Senate followed in that precedent, and we had our own open government initiative. And it was at that time where there was a lot of technology change in our organization. One of the things we did is we put our website on Drupal, right? nysenate.gov is on Drupal. It's been on Drupal since like 2009 or something like that. So as part of that, we started looking at new CRMs as a replacement for our mainframe application. And we looked at a bunch of options. Ultimately, yes, well, I'm here, right? So we chose CiviCRM. We chose it because we were huge, we still are huge into open source. Our CIO at the time, Andrew Hoppin, he was a big open source advocate. And so reason number one, open source. Also, CiviCRM is geared towards nonprofits and government. Good fit, flexibility, scalability. Plus, shout out to Brian Shaughnessy. I don't know if anybody knows Brian Shaughnessy, but he lives in Albany, New York, right up the street from our offices. And so he's been instrumental and a tremendous help to us over the years. So he was maybe the main reason. I don't know. But anyway, Bluebird was launched. And this is my montage of screenshots that I could find from the archives. That's what it looked like in 2011. Fast forward to today. So I'll talk quickly about how our setup. We actually have 60 plus instances of CiviCRM / Bluebird CRM running in our environment, one for every Senate district. And the way we maintain our constituent base's privacy is we only share our constituents' information with their senator. So, my senator is Patricia Fahey. My information is only in Senator Fahey's instance, nobody else's. So that's how we maintain privacy and keep things separate. So, things change, people move, district lines get redrawn. And so we do every 10 years have to do an analysis and make some changes. And I haven't lived through that yet, but maybe I'll report back on that in a couple more years. I don't know. Also, it's important to know Bluebird is apolitical, so we do not import political party information into the CRM. And you've got to opt in for email. That's a given, right? So I'll talk about three things. Number one, we'll talk about mass email, case management, and then I'll talk about a web integration that is unique to Bluebird. Mass email, everybody's probably familiar with, but we do use mass email. Our senators are sending email all the time. They're raising awareness about community events. They're voicing support or opposition to legislation. They're educating and informing. They are providing government news and updates. They cannot use it for campaigning. There's a public funding thing happening there, and they need their own CRM for campaigning. So I wanted to share a couple emails that have gone out. I felt this is a great example because this is like a life-saving email here. Senator Harcum is promoting free Narcan training in the community. So this email potentially saves a life, right? I chose this email because I really like the Knicks colors. Shout out to Senator Myrie, and go Knicks. Like, let's go. So case management, another thing that I'm sure many of you all are familiar with. You know, I wanted to talk about this because our senators are really helping New Yorkers through case management. Some of the things that I see coming through the system are energy cost problems and being able to reach out to energy suppliers out there, and also housing concerns. People are contacting their senators with, like, listen, they need affordable housing. They need their housing benefits. There's a health or a safety concern at their place. They need help with it, and our senators are helping. So something you're less familiar with probably, nysenate.gov, we have integrated information that comes into our website with Bluebird. So nysenate.gov is really our hub for citizen participation. People can get on our website and express support or opposition to legislation. They can go to a bill and say A or nay. Obviously, that's a symbolic vote, right? But it lets our senators know how they're feeling. They can sign petitions. They can complete surveys. They can follow issues. All of that. And what we do is we take all that information and we copy it into Bluebird and attach it to the correct contact in Bluebird. Most of that we're doing through tagging. So like surveys, we save as activities. That way we can save all the answers in the activity. But everything else is really done with tagging. So if somebody expresses an interest in a particular issue, we tag that contact with that issue. And now our senators can segment their constituents or make decisions based on that information. So let's talk about how we love CiviCRM at the New York Senate. It's been a tremendous success for us. It stood the test of time thanks to the community, right? And thanks to the core team and for all of the continued work. And look, it's proven its flexibility. We have customized the heck out of CiviCRM to meet our needs, and we've been able to do it. And it's also proven its scalability. You know, we run 63 instances plus simultaneously. We're serving roughly 20 million New Yorkers, and we're delivering about 27 million email messages in a year, sometimes hundreds of thousands in a day. And look, our work is helping millions of New Yorkers. Our work is helping millions of New Yorkers. So whether we're talking about Narcan training or the Knicks, or housing, or energy costs, or just listening to what New Yorkers have to say, it's helping. So thank you. We thank you. Thank you to the community. Thank you to the core team. That's it.